welcome to Disneyland and happy birthday Disneyland. It is Disneyland's 69th anniversary today. It is July 17th, so we are going to head around the park and do some opening day things. We'll hit all the opening day attractions that are still open, plus we'll check out some food, or I'll give you a bit of a history lesson because a lot of foods we love about Disney parks didn't exist back in 1955. So let's do it. We're going to go ride all the opening day attractions, maybe eat a hot dog or two because that was popular then, and then I'll tell you about some of the opening day food all around Disneyland. All right, first stop on this adventure is the Main Street Cinema. This was open on opening day of Disneyland back in 1955. So let's go inside and kind of check it out, but all that's copywritten, so maybe not, but we'll check it out. Let's go inside. A fun little fact is when you walk up to the ticket taking booth, you have Tilly, the ticket taker, and where is her hometown? Marceline, Missouri. So I think that's a fun little fact. So as we're in here, you can see all of the shorts that are playing. Also, there's no one in here at this hour of the morning. It's 9:03. There's some good AC in here, so if you're ever looking for anything, I mean, in my mind, I just imagine Walt Disney sitting on this very bench. I can't say he did. He definitely didn't because this bench ain't that old, but a little bit of history. Open on opening day. So if you're ever on Main Street, it's a good place to stop in for some AC and to watch some Walt Disney history. So now let's head to our next ride. Next up on our opening day adventure, we are headed to Autopia. It's where you drive your own vehicles around. This was here on opening day. I will say, I don't like to drive, so I will not be driving in real life and fake cars. And we're off. Do you feel like Walt Disney driving this car?
I don't have a cigarette.
I don't have a cigarette. Honestly, this one is very pretty, and this one is going to be replaced by electric cars soon. The monorail track runs through this. It is so much prettier than the one in Magic Kingdom, and there's little hidden things throughout. You can see there's two, the monorail's over here. That is the former track of the old People Mover, which was not an opening day attraction, but one that I never got to ride because it closed before my time, but I wish I did because I am a big fan of the People Mover. I will happily take my place as passenger princess. Just walking from Autopia over to Fantasyland, but I figured we had to stop and see the castle. It was also here on opening day in 1955. She's so pretty. She's small, but pretty. She's pretty. We have made it into Fantasyland. Most of our attractions are going to be here today. First up, Peter Pan's Flight, because a fun fact about most of these attractions is they don't actually have lightning lanes because of how the queues were built back then. Weirdly, Walt didn't plan for that. So let's get in line for Peter Pan, and I've never ridden it here in Disneyland.
Come on, everybody! There it is, Wendy. Looks like it's starting to right and straight on to Try you now. Relax, you Peter Pan. Take it, see that.
All right, next up on the list is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Posted wait at the moment is 20 minutes. Let's go get into Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Yeah. Next up on the list for opening day attractions, we are about to ride the Storybook Canal boats. It has changed a little. You'll see for obvious reasons. But another one that there is no lightning lane. It is standby only. So let's go get in line and ride our 5th attraction of the day.
Now it looks like Montreux the whale is getting ready to swallow us here today. The same whale that swallowed Pinocchio. He's actually transporting us to a magical place called Storybook Land. To our right, we have London Castle, Peter Pan, Disney for the first time. To our left, Cinderella and the Blue Chateau, wanting to go to the ball thanks to her fairy godmother. She granted her that wish. The clock struck midnight and her coach turned into a pumpkin, which is still there at the top of the bridge today.
A fun surprise when getting off the Storybook Canals because the Main Street Band was an opening day attraction as well, so got to listen to them for a bit. I don't think on opening day they were playing the Avengers theme, but so good. The band here is amazing. They have a good band in Disneyland. So next up, let's go get on the carousel. It's like a mad dash to get a horse. Let's go here. She looks good. Here we go. I was like, that woman was in line with us. Dumbo is not an opening day attraction. That opened like a month after Disneyland did, but I've never ridden the carousel here before. I've ridden the one in Disney World, but not the one here. And there is a special horse here. His name is Jingles. If you know, you know. I'll tell you more about him though. That is Jingles the horse, which the allure is about. It was Walt Disney's favorite horse, and his saddle is actually painted for the 50th anniversary of Disneyland. But yeah, you can find him. He's right behind the bench seating, and he's got all the bells, and you can see Mary Poppins, and the horse was dedicated to Julie Andrews at a point. But it was Walt's favorite, so I think that's a fun one. There goes Jingles. And another fun fact is the reason why all the horses are white is they did not start out that way, but they were all painted white because of the popularity of Jingles. So your fun little carousel fact here. Okay, I'm interrupting this video of attractions because we did go to Carthay Circle, the lounge, for lunch, and got a Scotch mist in honor of Walt because that was his favorite. So I have a feeling he definitely probably enjoyed one of these after technically what was a disastrous opening day of Disneyland, so he probably needed more than one, but cheers. Now back to the regularly scheduled programming of riding every opening day attraction, but I swear he had one of these on opening day. Some historian needs to look into it because I guarantee you this happened probably in his apartment. I wonder if that was opened on opening day. I think it was. I bet he had one. A small pit stop on the way to the Mark Twain Riverboat. I need popcorn. We might be waiting, but like, come on. You can't tell me this is not the most magical way to get your popcorn. There's Walt. So, a little popcorn on the way to the Mark Twain Riverboat. I genuinely don't know if they had popcorn on day one of Disneyland post-editing Bethany. Did they?
Editing Bethany here. Not only was there popcorn on opening day, but Walt himself actually ate some.
Another opening day attraction, Mark Twain Riverboat. Let's do it. We're going to get on this. It's just heading out for its little sail around the rivers of America. But we'll be on that one next. So, that's if you don't know. That is where Fantasmic is every night. So you can line up in Disneyland in order to watch Fantasmic. All right, let's do it. The Mark Twain is pulling up. All right, we've made it onto the Mark Twain. Check it off the list of opening day attractions. We're on the top deck. Also, these people, lovely. They are all dressed up and themed out. No notes. I love when people understood the assignment, and they did.
Engine room, ahead 1/4. Engine room, ahead 3/4. Leadsman, sound off.
Off to the side of the river is an Indian chief, and I do believe he's giving us a sign of peace.
We will be getting on that this evening because I don't know if you know this, but the way that Walt Disney actually came to Disneyland on opening day was via the train. So that's a good one. This is not the one that has the Lily Bell, but next up on this list is the Jungle Cruise, which I feel like people could say is one of Walt's favorite attractions. He was very passionate about the Jungle Cruise. There's like so many like photos and videos of him on the Jungle Cruise laying it out. So let's do it. The wait was 30 minutes. Whew. She's bright. We'll see how long this takes. Let's do it. Jungle Cruise, another opening day attraction.
And wave goodbye to all the beautiful people because you'll never see them again.
Oh my God, it's a duck.
Welcome aboard the world famous Jungle Cruise.
It's a duck.
Julianne, and
It's a duck.
stiff your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat. Parents watch your children. Children watch your parents. Beautiful Bengal tiger. Now he can jump up to 30 feet, which is great. He's only 15 feet away, so he'll go right over the top of our boat. And watch out for Ginger Snap the alligator. She likes to pop up over here. There she is. There she is. Isn't she cute? She just wants to get in the boat. Well, there's an elephant. Their power. They might charge too if they start to wiggle their ears. Or blow on them. Oh no, we have a large one charging. Cover your ears. I'm going to try to scare him off. Oh, I saved your lives. You all should be eternally grateful.
We just got off the Jungle Cruise, which means we have 3 opening day attractions left. We have Snow White, we have the teacups, and we have the train. And of course, we're gonna finish tonight with dinner at Carnation Cafe. Walt's Chili's on the menu, so I feel like it's only fitting. Let's go ride Snow White. We're back to Fantasyland for our next ride. It is Snow White's Enchanted Wish. So let's do it. Again, we're closing out our opening day attractions. Queues are definitely small, but let's do this one. Once upon a time, a kind and lovely princess named Snow White had a wish, but her wish was not meant to be. For the cruel queen envied her beauty, commanded she be a humble maid. Banished to a dim chamber for her bedroom, Snow White grew still lovelier each day as the queen's jealousy wrath also grew. Snow White escaped to the wild forest and found refuge with the kindly 7 dwarfs. Oh, hi, Snow.
Magic mirror on the wall. This disguise I put them on. And now, Kitty. Let's go.
officially have 2 attractions left. We're doing the Mad Tea Party next. The teacups were open on day 1, and I'm saving what I personally think is the best for last. So let's get on the teacups. I do love them here. I think the entire like ambiance of the teacups is impressive. So 2 left. Let's get on the teacups. I do love this version of the teacups where you're outside and there's lanterns above you. Let's do it. Let's spin the teacups. Okay, wait. This is a lot of man string. I think I'm good. We have 1 attraction after this. I can't get sick on this attraction. But
You want to get sick on this attraction?
no, thank you. Whoa. Hi, Mad Hatter. Oh, I have a fun fact about Alice in Wonderland too. All right, your fun fact is actually about this like Alice in Wonderland mushroom. When the park first opened, admission was $1, and you could actually buy tickets to ride rides at other places, and this was a ticket booth. Okay, so we're 10 opening day attractions down. We have 1 left, which I feel like I'm saving the best for last because it has a very important significance to Walt Disney on the day that Disneyland opened. So we're gonna go get on that. And it's gonna take us to dinner where we're gonna give a little tribute to Walt. All right, we've made it to the final opening day attraction, and that is the Walt Disney World Railroad. Fun fact, did you know that Walt arrived to the park on the Walt Disney Railroad driving engine number 2. We have engine number 1 right now, so it's not the same one. But that is how he arrived at Disneyland on opening day. We got in at Toontown, which was not open at opening day. Main Street was, and I believe New Orleans. I think those were the only 2 that were actually open on opening day. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself here. But yeah, he arrived to Disneyland on the Walt Disney Railroad driving engine number 2. So let's take the train to Main Street, and then we're going to Carnation Cafe to have some dinner in Walt's honor.
Majestic Matterhorn Mountain.
It's funny because the things that we're seeing right now did not exist back then. Still very magical. But you can see Autopia from here, which was an opening day attraction. It's actually where we started the morning, so this feels very conclusive to see this at this point of the day. But the Tomorrowland station did not open when Disneyland did. This was a few years later, still in the 50s. They realized there was a need for a Tomorrowland station. And I'm going to hit you with your fun facts about this Grand Canyon diorama. This was actually introduced in March of 1958, along with, in March of 1958, engine number 3. For the first few years of Disneyland, they only had 2 engines, and they thought we need a 3rd. So in March of 1958, both this Grand Canyon diorama and engine number 3 made its debut.
Square station is closed. You cannot disembark at Northern Square. The only station you can disembark at is here at Main Street, Toontown, and Tomorrowland. Thank you.
We're like, well, pulling into Main Street and getting off here. Oh my God, and Mickey Mouse is here. Like, come on, that's the most fitting thing ever. Because the mouse has been here and working almost every day since 1955. All right, walking up to Carnation Cafe. Fun fact, this actually did open on opening day of Disneyland. It was an ice cream parlor, and it wasn't until later that it got converted into a restaurant, but this is an opening day. Okay, we got the menu here. There are a few things I feel like we have to get. One, the Walt's chili, because it's Walt, and that man loved his chili. Other things that were actually on the menu at the very beginning, I won't say opening day, but very early on, was a cheeseburger. So I feel like we should go with that, and the chef salad. And it says on there with ham and cheese. grant you mind, the chef salad was 95 cents, and it's currently $18. A cheeseburger was 70 cents, and a hamburger was 60 cents. That is actually wild. So I think at least we're gonna get the Walt's chili, the cheeseburger to keep with the sake of it, and of course we have to get the chef salad. I was a little shocked that the fried bologna sandwich was not on the original menu, because if anything sounds like 1950s, it's a fried bologna sandwich. We're currently going over the prices back in the 50s compared to now, and it's a little rough around it. How much was the peach pie a la mode?
40 cents.
40 cents. It's currently $10. I'm putting that in an inflation calculator right now to see if that actually is hitting with inflation or it's not, because that seems inflated. It seems inflated. We did put it into the inflation calculator for reference, and 40 cents back in. I said 1957 because I don't think it was opening day. It has the same buying power as $4.55. So it's a little expensive. But you know what you couldn't get? A cocktail. And that we got. Two things that you could get at Carnation Cafe nowadays that you definitely couldn't get there in 1955 are cocktails. They have two like pre-batch cocktails on the menu. An old fashioned, which impressively comes with like a full-fledged cube of ice, and a Cosmo. I have tried the old fashioned, and I actually think it's a pretty decent old fashioned. Sebastian from La Cava del Tequila was here the other day and said it was good. So I, of course, had to order it because I will trust anything that Sebastian says, and it was good. But let's try the Cosmopolitan together. It's fine. You can taste the booze in it though, so all right, Disneyland. Our first two things have arrived. We got soup. We got the baked potato soup, which was not an opening day thing or an early on thing, I don't believe. I have no record of that, but it's good, so we had to order it anyway. And of course, we had to go with Walt's chili, because if you know anything about Walter Elias Disney, he was a very big fan of chili. So let's give them both a go. All right, first up, we obviously have to try Walt's chili. I won't lie, there's a really great book called Eat Like Walt that gives a breakdown of like opening day Disneyland food through the times, and Walt. And one of them included his chili recipe from his personal chef. And when I say there was no seasoning in it, I mean there was no seasoning. I tried to make it at home as according to the recipe, and I ended up quadrupling the seasoning because that's how bland it was. So it was good. I feel like Walt Disney right now. I just need a Scotch mist, and I'd be right on cue. And because we have to do it, of course, I have to try the baked potato soup. It is cheesy. It is good. It has huge chunks of potatoes. It's like almost like a stew. Like it's not thin enough to be a soup. It like, even comparing it to the one in Le Cellier in Epcot, this is just as thick, and there's huge chunks of potatoes in it. So the flavor's great. There's so much in here. Like, how often do you see baked potato soup with carrots in it? Get your vegetables for the day. We ordered 2 entrees and a kid's meal, and they're all with purpose. One is the chef salad, because this was on the menu back in the 50s at Carnation Cafe. I bet it's significantly better than it is now. It was ham and cheese then, and it was also less than $1. So, you know. The other thing we got is a burger, because again, the burger was on the menu. I believe it was, what did I say, 60 or 70 cents? So I don't think it probably looks like this, but it looks good. And we also ordered, I read today that one of the most popular items on opening day was actually peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So they actually had a peanut butter and jelly on the menu, on the kids menu. So I was like, let's order it. I will quote me right now. This is not what was served in 1955, because there's not a shot. There's not a shot. I feel like in 1955 they would have been like with or without crust. Do you know what I mean? And here, let's look at it. I mean, I'm not mad at this, but
This is your deconstructed peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You have like 2 pieces of like a thin bread, banana, your peanut butter, raisins, jelly, veggie sticks, and grapes. So this is our opening day. You know, let's dig on in. All right, first up, let's try it. This is the chef salad with ham and cheese. This is tossed in a ranch dressing. It does have chicken and bacon on it as well. Eggs. It's a good chef salad. There's something about this day that's making me kind of emotional to know that we kind of walked through all of Walt's footsteps on day 1. I think ending on Main Street and taking the train was the most magical way to do it. And of course, getting dinner here at Carnation Cafe, which was mere steps away from Walt's apartment. Pretty magical. There's just something that feels very cool to do all the opening day attractions, eat food that was in the parks at the very beginning. There's just something very magical about that. All right, it's time to construct my own version of a 2024 $9 peanut butter and jelly sandwich in Disneyland. I feel like if you had a kid, it wouldn't be, if the kid wasn't capable of doing this themselves, it would be annoying. Does that make sense? This was one of the most popular snacks. I mean, any way you look at it, peanut butter and jelly is delicious. It is nostalgic. It brings back childhood memories. It's essentially Disneyland, but like in a sandwich. One final thing to try, a classic. My dad said this gave him vibes of like backyard cookout, which kind of fits on brand. Well, it's on the grill, you know what I mean? Look over, he's holding a beer. I really do feel like the foods we had today are very reminiscent of the past, and I'm not mad at any of them. It delivered exactly what I wanted in order to conclude my night at Disneyland, so thanks, Walt. The sun has set, and that's going to do it for our day in Disneyland. I hope you enjoyed coming along on today's adventure to ride all the opening day attractions and eat like Walt. It was a fun day. It was a long day, but there was so much to do, and it was so much fun. So be sure to subscribe and follow along because you never know what we're going to do on our next Disney adventure.